telephone is it's in the gun. Broad event. Stars and will be trusted on. Let's go time and the best conject out. Pepe get now. I so on. There's a ground ball up the left side. Pass rolling. One will score. It's in the gap. It gets by the outfielders. Jordan goes back. Two will score. Here's a throw down to third. Not in time as Welsh.
Ivy throws it back in. We'll see if the relay comes home. It does not. It's an RBI single. Called strike three.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on your live event.
Welcome, folks, and thank you for joining me today on the live stream from yourliveevent.com of Girls High School Varsity Softball. I'm Paul Learned. Today, we feature a Section 5A matchup between the Pine River-Backus Tigers and the Deer River Warriors. Pine River comes into the game with a 10-9 overall record and a 7-4 section record, while Deer River brings in a 1-18 overall and an 0-2 section record into the game. It is the last regular season game for both teams. Pine River-Backus currently holds the 7th seed in Section 5A, and that is the seed that they will end up with no matter what happens during this game, win or lose. Pine River-Backus won the last meeting between these two teams, 10-0 win in the regular season finale last year. Pine River is riding a 2-game win streak coming into today. Back-to-back shutouts over Cass Lake Bena, 10-0, and Red Lake, 15-0. For the season, they have scored 137 runs and allowed just 103. That's an average of 7.2 runs scored and 5.4 runs against per game. On the Deer River side, they're coming into the game with a 5-game losing streak. They've been outscored 95-2 during that stretch. On the season, they have scored 137 runs. On the season, they have scored 48 runs and have given up 305. That's an average of 2.5 runs for and 16 point runs given up per game. Today's pregame show is brought to you by Station 371. Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, and is the only area fuel station with kerosene and off-road diesel. Station 371 in Pine River. We'll be back with the starting lineups after these messages.
To offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop. For major appliances without the major price, see Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub, 1, @gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Save on your groceries and gas each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams.
Great people.
Welcome back to Girls Varsity High School Softball on YourLiveEvent.com and the Station 371 pregame show. Paul Learned with you today. Here are the starting lineups for the Pine River-Backus Tigers. Batting first, number 3, the center fielder, Leah Eveland. Batting second, number 14, the second baseman, Kaylee Johnson. Batting third, the catcher, number 10, Caitlin Railia. Batting fourth, the third baseman, wearing number 2, Ariana Burns. Batting fifth, number 5, the shortstop, Sawyer Tulinchik. Batting sixth, number 24, the first baseman, Aaliyah Lewis. Batting seventh, number 16, the left fielder, Autumn Burns. And batting eighth, number 6, the right fielder, Kaylee Trout. Batting ninth and pitching today for Pine River-Backus, number 1, Abby Gilbert. So for Pine River-Backus, 1 through 9, Leah Eveland, Kaylee Johnson, Caitlin Railia, Ariana Burns, Sawyer Tulinchik, Aaliyah Lewis, Autumn Burns, Kaylee Trout, and Abby Gilbert. For the Deer River Warriors, batting first, and I only have the first or the last name, so bear with me here. I do have the first initial only. Batting first, the shortstop, C. Benham. Batting second, the third baseman, S. Stangler. Batting third, the pitcher, K. Miller. Batting fourth, the second baseman, M. Tyler. Batting fifth, the first baseman, M. Alzane. Batting sixth, the right fielder, G. Foy. Batting seventh, E. Brendan. Batting eighth, the catcher, E. Carlson. Batting ninth, the center fielder, E. Miller. So again, for Deer River, C. Benham, S. Stangler, K. Miller, M. Tyler, M. Alzane, G. Foy, E. Brendan, E. Carlson, E. Miller, and E. Hansen. There is a designated hitter in there. We'll have to get clarification on who that is, as this carbon copy is pretty light and tough to see. So starting pitching again for Pine River-Backus is Abby Gilbert, and for Deer River, K. Miller. They are conferencing around home plate right now, the umps and the coaches and the captains. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the first pitch after these messages on YourLiveEvent.com.
A wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
There's way more than bowling at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area, or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Welcome back to Girls Varsity High School Softball on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Paul Learned. Pine River-Backus traveling to Deer River today to take on the Warriors. It's a cold, wet day here in Deer River, as it is all over the state today. Games were canceled. Not here though. We are playing through. It's just sprinkling. It's not actually that bad, although it's a little chilly, and I may or may not have seen a snowflake or two on the drive up here, but we won't talk about that, and we'll just pretend that I never even mentioned that. All right, we're getting ready. Deer River has taken the field, going through some warm-ups here. The umpires are having their last-minute discussion here to figure out their strategy, and Pine River is getting ready to take the batter's box. Pine River comes into the game today 10-9 overall, and let's see here, 6-2 in the conference. Not able to tape all my paperwork down here today because it's just a little too wet. Anyway, here we go. First pitch is delivered and swung on, and that is hit to the shortstop, who fires it over to first base in time for an out. One pitch. Leah Eveland is down on a 5-3 put out at first on one pitch. Next up to bat for Pine River-Backus is Kaylee Johnson. And the pitch here is a little low, maybe inside. Ball one to Kaylee. Miller, wearing number 26 for the Warriors, delivers. Swung on and hit again over to the third base as the shortstop picks this one up, fires it over to first base for the second out of the inning. Nice 6-3 put out there, and we're going to change that first one. That first one was a ground ball to the shortstop as well. So 2 6-3 putouts here to start the game for the Warriors. 2 down. Caitlin Rylea up to bat for Pine River-Backus. And the pitch swung on and again grounded to the third baseman this time, who fires over to first. One pitch there and ground out. That is 3 up, 3 down, a total of 4 pitches and 3 outs for Deer River to start this game. Pine River retired, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And after 1/2 inning, 0-0, Deer River Warriors due up next.
Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Shrub Excavating LLC.
Welcome back to Girls Varsity Softball on YourLiveEvent.com. Pine River-Backus against the Deer River Warriors today. Bottom half of the first inning. Pine River was retired in order in the top of the first on 3 ground balls to the left side of the infield. And for Deer River, due up C. Benham, S. Stangler, and K. Miller. Abby Gilbert warming up for Pine River-Backus right now, and it looks like we're just about ready to go as C. Benham now takes the batter's box for Deer River. C. Benham wearing number 25 for Deer River. Batting from the right-hand side. Abby Gilbert ready for the pitch. And the windup and the delivery. Swung on to the, grounded to the second baseman, flipped over to first, and one pitch, one out. Also for Deer River. A lot of ground balls today. Nice 4-3 put out for the first out there. As Stangler, number 22, up to bat for Deer River. Abby Gilbert with the delivery. Swung on and popped up to the shortstop in the infield. Underneath it, comes down with catch. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Deer River. Brings up the pitcher, Kay Miller, wearing number 28. Abby Miller with the set and the windup and the pitch. Up high, ball 1. Rain's coming down a little bit harder now. See if we can even get this game in, but as long as we don't see any lightning, we should be okay. That pitch is fouled straight back into the backstop. Strike 1, 1-1 to Kay Miller. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning for Deer River. Abby Gilbert with the pitch. Swung on and fouled out of play. Landed on the Pine River-Backus dugout. Count is 1-2. It's not too terribly windy out, but the wind that is blowing across the field from first to third. And with it, a little bit of rain. That pitch is up high, 2-2 now to Kay Miller. Decent little turnout today, even with the weather. Some fans in the stand for the season finale. That pitch swung on and missed. Strikeout for the 3rd out of the inning. Again, 3 up, 3 down for Deer River. They leave no one on base, no runs, no hits, no errors. After 1 full inning, it's 0-0 in Deer River. I'm Paul Learned on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll be back after these messages.
Serve you with any excavation project. Shrump Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrump Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrump Excavating LLC. Online at shrumpexcavating.com.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub, 1, at gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Save on your...
Welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Paul Learned. Pine River-Backus and Deer River knotted up at 0 after 1 inning. Heading into the top of the second, Pine River-Backus sending up Ariana Burns, Sawyer Tulinchik, and Aaliyah Lewis. Ariana Burns now in the batter's box, and the pitch just inside 0-1. 1-0 rather, to Ariana Burns. Miller delivering, swung on and hit deep to left field. That's going to be back near the fence, in and out of the glove of the center fielder, who ran over, called the ball, and couldn't quite come down with it. Ariana Burns is in there with a double. Just unable to come up with that catch. That brings up Sawyer Tulenchik, number 5 for Pine River-Backus. Pitch is swung on and fouled back and just out of the reach of the hustling catcher. 1 strike to Sawyer Tulenchik. Things are getting a little wet here. Trying to protect this equipment from the rain. So, bear with me. We may have some technical difficulties, but as that pitch is fouled straight back and over the backstop for strike 2. 0-2 now the count to Sawyer Tulenchik. Sawyer wearing number 5, playing shortstop for Pine River-Backus. That pitch is up high, and that's going to advance Ariana Burns over to third base on the wild pitch, rather. So Ariana Burns over at third now. Nobody out. Sawyer Tulenchik with a 1-2 count, rather. That pitch is swung on and hit deep to right field, and that's going to drop between the right fielder and center fielder, and she's going to be in there with a stand-up double, an RBI stand-up double as Ariana Burns comes around to score. Nice piece of hitting there by Sawyer. She gave that ball quite a ride. Landed right in between the center fielder and right fielder, just in front of the fence. Aaliyah Lewis up to bat. And the pitch is inside. Ball 1. 1-0 to Aaliyah Lewis. And the pitch swung on, grounded right back to the pitcher, who snags it and throws it over to first for the force out, while Sawyer Tulenchik advances to third base. So 1 down now for Pine River-Backus. Bringing up Autumn Burns to the plate. Autumn Burns batting from the left-hand side of the plate. First pitch is up high, ball 1. Sawyer Tulenchik at first base, 1 out, 1-0 count. Pitch is swung on and grounded right back to the pitcher again, who fires it over to first to get the force out there and holds Sawyer Tulenchik. Gave her a look. She threw it over to first. Sawyer Tulenchik headed towards home, but quickly retreated, realizing that she had no chance. She's back at third base, safe. And that is 2 down now, as Autumn Burns is retired on a 1-3 putout, bringing up Kaylee Trout, number 6. Pitch is swung on and fouled out of play, 0-1. Abby Gilbert, Miller with the delivery, swung on and missed. 0-2 now to Kaylee Trout. Sawyer Tulenchik at third. That ball is line drive to center field, right past the pitcher's head. She just couldn't quite get her glove up there to get it. That's going to be a single for Kaylee Trout. She reaches first safely, bringing up the pitcher, Abby Gilbert. Abby Gilbert wearing number 1. Looking at a note in her pocket. Not sure what that was. Maybe some reminders on the scouting report. Anyway, the pitch is low. Ball 1 to start out for Abby Gilbert. Swung on and missed by Abby. 1-1 now the count, with Kaylee Trout at first base. That pitch is also swung on and missed. 1-2 now the count to Abby Gilbert. And the pitch swung on, fouled down the third baseline. Count remains 1-2 to Abby Gilbert, with Kaylee Trout on first base. 2 down here in the top of the second inning. That pitch is up high. 2-2. That pitch is in there for a strike. Strike 3 to Abby Gilbert to retire the side. They did leave one runner on, got a couple of hits, and scored 2. After 1.5, it is 2-0 Pine River-Backus over Deer River on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Paul Learned. We will be back after these messages.
Each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community. Making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family, prbschools.org.
There's way more than bowling at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. Bottom half of the second inning here, Deer River up to bat, facing Pine River-Backus. First pitch by Abby Gilbert is in there for a strike on M. Tyler. 0-1 the count. Ball 1-1 now the count to M. Tyler. Abby Gilbert with the windup and the pitch. Ooh, just missed with that one. 2-1. Abby Gilbert ready and delivers. That one's low, swung on, strike. That was 2-2 rather, and that is a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 for Abby Gilbert, bringing up M. Alzane to the plate. One ball the count to Alzane. That pitch hit deep to center field. That's going to land in between the outfielders, and she will be safe at first base with a single for M. Alzane. Bringing up G. Foy. Looks like we have the score and inning updated on the screen, so we'll just leave that there for now. One away here in the bottom of the second inning for Deer River. G. Foy at bat with M. Alzane at first base. And the pitch, low, ball 1. 1-0 the count now to Foy. Foy is wearing number 32. She is the right fielder today for Deer River. Wind up by Abby Gilbert. Pitch is low in the dirt. And that was, they threw it to second base to maybe keep the runner honest there at first. It got past the second baseman, but no damage was done as the center fielder was right there to cut it off and got it right back in. Abby Gilbert wants a new ball, however. So we are at 1 out here. Count is 1-0. M. Alzane remains at first base. Wind up and the pitch. Swung on and missed as M. Alzane steals second base. She's in there safely. Throw was a little bit late. 1-1 count to 4 as Alzane takes second base on a stolen base. Grace Foy takes strike 2. Count now 1-2 to Grace Foy. Abby Gilbert with the pitch. Swung on and just dribbled fouled on the third baseline. Count remains 1-2 to Grace Foy. Wind up in the pitch by Gilbert is swung on, fouled back. Count remains 1-2. Abby Gilbert has pitched in 16 games this year. She is 9-6. She does have a shutout. She's pitched 93 in the third innings. Has given up 98 hits, 67 total runs. 42 of them earned. That pitch is tipped foul into the catcher's glove. Batter is out on strikes. 2 away now for Deer River, and that brings up E. Brendan to the plate. E. Brendan wearing number 24 for Deer River. Wind up by Gilbert and the pitch. High, ball 1. Brendan takes ball 2. 2-0 now. Looks like Brendan is our designated hitter today. Abby Gilbert set to pitch, winds up and delivers. That pitch is low. 3-0 the count to Brendan with Alzane at second base. 2 away here in the bottom of the second inning. Abby Gilbert sets and delivers. That one is high. That's a 4-pitch walk to Brendan. That'll fill first base. Alzane still at second, and that brings up E. Carlson with 2 away here in the bottom of the second inning. Carlson wearing number 26 today. She is our catcher for Deer River. Abby Gilbert ready and delivers. That pitch is inside, ball 1. Alzane looked like she maybe wanted to advance bases on that pitch. So I'm sure they'll be keeping an eye on her as Abby Gilbert delivers. That ball's in there for a strike. That pitch, rather, is in there for a strike. 1-1. And the pitch by Abby Gilbert swung on and missed. 1-2 with 2 away here in the bottom of the second. The rain has stopped. I'm not really feeling any precipitation at all, which is nice. Hopefully it stays that way. Abby Gilbert delivers. That one's high. 2-2. Abby Gilbert with the delivery. Strike low, caught the inside corner to retire the side with a strikeout. No runs. We did have a hit by Alzane and a walk, but no runs, no errors. One person, actually 2 left on base, and a score of 2-0 here after 2 innings in Deer River. Pine River-Backus on top We'll be back on yourliveevent.com after these messages.
Food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Piers, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Tomorrow is...
Welcome back to yourliveevent.com. I'm Paul Learned. Today we are live streaming girls high school varsity softball. Pine River-Backus visiting Deer River. We are in the top of the third inning. Pine River at bat crushes the first hit, line drive to center field, but right at the center fielder who snags it for one pitch and one out here in the third inning. That was Leah Evelyn. Crushed that. That was a great hit, but right at the center fielder. Didn't even have to move. One away, bringing up Kaylee Johnson. And the pitch is high, ball one. Second inning here, top of the second inning, 2-0 score. Pine River-Backus on top. It's the third inning. Pine River-Backus on top, 2-0. And a 2-0 count now to Kaylee Johnson. And that ball is hit to center field, and the center fielder comes down with that one as well. 2 flyouts to the center fielder today, or this inning rather, for 2 outs. And that brings up Caitlin Ryan, the catcher for Pine River-Backus. First pitch is in the dirt, ball one. Caitlin Relia grounded out in the first inning. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 the count, and the pitch. Swung on, grounded, fouled on the third base line. 1-2, the count to Caitlin Relia. Bases are empty, 2 away in the top of the third inning for Pine River-Backus. And the 1-2 pitch, swung on, fouled off of her leg. Count remains 1-2. Bases are empty, as we have had 2 up and 2 flyouts to center field. 2 well-hit balls. That ball is fouled off to the left-hand side. Count remains 1-2. Got 2 well-hit balls right at the center fielder, though, for 2 pretty easy outs. Pitch by Miller is over her head. Caitlin Relia takes ball 2, 2-2. And Miller delivers, swung on, and that ball is hit in the air to center field again, but that one's pretty shallow, and that's going to land in front of the center fielder by a couple of steps. And Caitlin Relia is going to be safe at first base with a hit. That's going to bring up Ariana Burns, third baseman for Pine River-Backus. So three hits to center field. 2 of them caught. 1 of them landed short of the center fielder. And that runner's at first, and she's going to steal second here. The throw is in time. She is out at second base. That's the third out of the inning. Ariana Burns is going to come up to bat next inning as she's stranded at the plate. So, no runs. Did get a couple of hits, or did get 1 hit rather. and no scores. So after 2.5, it is 2-0 Pine River-Backus over Deer River. My name is Paul Learned. You're listening to Girls High School Varsity Softball on YourLiveEvent.com, and we'll be back after these messages.
Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Shrub Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrub Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrub Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River-Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrub Excavating LLC. Online at shrubexcavating.com.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. Bottom of the third inning here. First pitch by Abby Gilbert is swung on and fly ball to right field. It pops out of the glove of the right fielder. E. Miller is going to be safe at first base. One pitch hit out to the right fielder who just couldn't come up with that catch. E. Miller on first base here to lead off the third inning. That brings up C. Benham. Abby Gilbert pitching, and Miller is going to attempt a steal, and she's going to be in there safe as the throw is late and off target. Miller with a stand-up steal. Benham, our shortstop for Deer River, has a 1-0 count. And that pitch is low, 2-0. 2-0 score, Pine River-Backus on top here in the third inning. 2-0 count to C. Benham. That pitch is high, 3-0. Abby Gilbert looking a little frustrated out there. Couple deep breaths, collect herself and get back to it here. And the pitch just missed low. It's a 4-pitch walk.
Here we go, twos. Let's go.
Runners now at first and second. E. Miller occupying second, and Benham at first. That brings up Stangler, who shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike, 0-1. Sarah Stangler. So they don't give me the first names, but I can hear their friends and family yelling out to them. So it's one way to get their first names. Strike 2 now to Sarah Stangler as she watched that one go by.
You go, Sarah. You got it here. Protect now. You got it.
No outs here in the bottom of the third. Runners at first and second for Deer River. 0-2 count. That one's low, 1-2. Abby Gilbert getting ready to deliver, and the pitch swung on and popped up to second base, who she comes down with the catch. Runners hold, one away here in the third inning for Deer River.
Here we go, 28. Let's go now. Hard and level.
Miller, the pitcher, up to bat. Abby Gilbert delivers. That one's low. Ball 1. Miller struck out in the first inning. 1-0 count to start this at bat. She hits that one to right field. Right fielder comes in and makes the catch, holds the runners. 2 away now with runners on first and second. Maddie Tyler at bat. Maddie Tyler struck out in the second inning. And the first pitch is high, ball 1. Benham at first, E. Miller at second. 2 down here in the third. Abby Gilbert delivers. That one's a little high. 2-0 to Miller. Or rather to Maddie Taylor, rather. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back into the fence. 2-1. Just underneath that one. Tried to give it a ride. Alzane on deck. Abby with the windup and the pitch. Swung on, fouled back and out of play. 2-2 now to Maddie Tyler.
There you go, Maddie. Witness now.
Ball's back in play. Abby ready to pitch and delivers. Swung on, fouled down the right field, or the first base line out of play, or fouled, rather. Right fielder retrieves it, throws it back in, and will reset. Count still 2-2. 2-0, bottom of the third inning. Pine River-Backus leading Deer River. Abby Gilbert with the windup and the pitch. Swung on, ground ball back to the pitcher through her legs onto the shortstop, who throws the second. Everybody's safe. They just had no hustle on that play at all. So infield hit, everybody's safe. Bases are now loaded for Alzane. That is definitely an infield hit. There was no error on that play. Miller at third. Benham at second, and Maddie Tyler at first. Alzane up to bat, takes strike 1, 0-1 the count, with 2 away here in the third inning. Gilbert with the windup and the pitch. Swung on and popped up back to the pitcher. Abby comes down with that, retires the side without giving up a run. Shutout is intact. So, the side is retired. They did get couple of hits, left 3 on. So after 3 full innings here, it is still 2-0 Pine River-Backus on top of Deer River. We'll be back on yourliveevent.com after these messages.
Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub1@gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Save on your groceries and gas each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. prbschools.org.
Welcome back to Girls Varsity High School Softball here on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Paul Learned. We have a close game here. Pine River-Backus 2, Deer River 0 here in the top of the fourth inning. Due up for Pine River, Ariana Burns, Sawyer Tulinchik, and Aaliyah Lewis. Ariana Burns is in the batter's box, taking the first pitch and fouling it off down the right field line. 0-1 the count to Ariana Burns to start out this fourth inning. Pine River scored 2 runs in the second inning. Otherwise, there have been no scores for either team. And the pitch here is in the dirt. 1-1 the count to Ariana Burns. Miller pitching for Deer River, wearing number 28. He's had a pretty good outing so far. Has held them to just a couple of hits and a couple of runs. This pitch is high, 2-1 to Ariana Burns. She retired the side in order on 4 pitches in the first inning. Gave up a couple of runs in the second inning. Then collected herself, got everybody together on the same page, and got the rest of the side out, and then gave up no runs. It was 3 up, 3 down last inning too. Pitch number 4 is hit to the right fielder on the ground, so that's going to be a hit for Ariana Burns. She's going to take first base and bring up Sawyer Tulinchik to the plate. First pitch is swung on and popped in the air to the second baseman, who snags it on her shoelaces. Beautiful catch, very difficult catch. She had to reach down by her shoelaces as she was running to snag that ball. She held Ariana Burns at first base, so that is 1 away now for Pine River-Backus. Aaliyah Lewis up to bat. Ariana Burns is attempting to steal at second. That throw is not in time. She is safe with a stolen base. Ariana Burns at second now. Aaliyah Lewis ready to take pitch number 2. That is swung on and fouled back out of play. Give no official count here from the umpire. I do believe it's 1-1. And that ball is hit up the middle for a base hit. That's going to score Ariana Burns. Aaliyah Lewis is safe at first with a single. She's going to hold up there as the throw was cut off by the pitcher. So Ariana Burns comes around to score to make it 3-0. Aaliyah Lewis on board with a single. And that brings up Autumn Burns, the left fielder for Pine River-Backus. 3-0 now in the top of the fourth inning. Pine River-Backus on top of Deer River. Miller with the pitch to Autumn Burns, and that was low, ball 1. And Aaliyah Lewis is going to steal second base. That throw is wide of the plate. She's in there, no problem. So Aaliyah Lewis now at second base with a stolen base. Autumn Burns with a 1-0 count. And a pitch swung on and missed. 1-1 to the left-hander, Autumn Burns. Miller with the windup and the pitch. That one is high and outside. Ball 2. Autumn grounded out to the pitcher in the second inning, and that was their only other at-bat. This pitch is a little bit high. 3-1 now the count to Autumn Burns with Aaliyah Lewis on second. 1 away here in the fourth inning for Pine River-Backus. Pitch is a little bit high. Took a walk. Runners now at first and second with Kaylee Trout. Oh, they called that a strike. Take that back. 3-2. And she fouls that pitch off. Count remains 3-2. Autumn Burns, the left-hander, ready to take the pitch. Miller delivers. There's the walk, ball 4. So Autumn Burns now at first. Aaliyah Lewis remains at second. Now Kaylee Trout is up with one away here in the top of the 4th. Kaylee Trout singled in the second inning in her only other at-bat. This pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 1 to Kaylee. 0-1 the count. Callie swings and hits it in the air to the first base side, and that lands in play. Everybody's going to be safe. That's going to be a single. It's going to move the runners up one base each. So Aaliyah Lewis on third, Autumn Burns at second, Kaylee Trout safe with a single at first. And that brings up our pitcher, number 1, Abby Gilbert.
Get the runner at the plate here, girls.
Still just one away in the 4th inning. That pitch is low. Ball 1 to Abby. Miller with the pitch. Another low one. 2-0 with the bases loaded. Pine River threatening to score here with 1 out in the 4th inning. And the pitch is up high. Ball 3 to Abby Gilbert. Lined up and the pitch in there for a strike. 3-1. She was taken all the way on that one. No question. See what she does with this pitch here. Swung on, fouled straight back just underneath of it. Count run full, 3-2. Three and two, bases loaded, 1 away here in the 4th inning. Miller with the windup and the pitch. Swung on and hit to left field, drops in front of the left fielder for a hit, and that's going to score 1. It's going to score 2. Aaliyah Lewis and Autumn Burns both score. Kaylee Trout held up at second. Abby Gilbert on first with a single. Great at-bat there by Abby. Ran the count full. Ended up getting a hit. Scored a couple of runs. And that brings up Leah Evelyn, who hits it to the shortstop, who flips it over to third base for a force out there. That's out number 2.
Let's get out of here now.
As she reaches on a fielder's choice. Two down now. Kaylee Johnson up to bat, and she hits a little pop-up over to the shortstop, who snags it right out of the air and retires the side. 3 away for Pine River, but not before they score 3 on 4 hits and a couple of walks. So after 3.5, we have a score of 5-0. Pine River-Backus on top of Deer River on yourliveevent.com. I'm Paul Leonard. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 4th inning after these messages.
Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Piers, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. Girls High School Varsity Softball. Pine River-Backus visiting Deer River today. Pine River-Backus holds a 5-0 lead here going into the bottom half of the fourth inning. Deer River bringing up Alzane, Foy, and Brendan to bat. Nope. Actually, Foy, Brendan, and Carlson. Foy recorded the second out in the second inning. That was her only other at bat. First pitch to her is fouled back. Strike one. Here in the fourth, Brain's coming back down a little bit, getting a little wet. Hopefully we can finish this game up. Stay relatively dry. That ball is crushed line drive up the middle for a base hit.
That's what I'm looking for, 32.
Grace Foy reaches, bringing up Brendan. Brendan reached on a walk in the second inning.
Let's go, Emma.
0 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Runner on first base. Abby Gilbert's going to request another ball. And she has it, and we should be just about ready to go. Brendan in the batter's box, ready to take the pitch, and it's delivered high for a ball. 1-0 to Brendan. Things are getting a little bit wet, a little hard to write on my scorecard. The 1-0 delivery by Abby Gilbert. Oh, just got the inside corner. Strike one, 1-1. One and one to Emma Brandon. That pitch is fouled back and out of play. 1-2. 1-2 with Foy on first base. No outs here in the bottom of the fourth for Deer River. Abby Gilbert ready, winds and delivers. That ball is inside. 2-2 as the rain's starting to come down a little bit harder. Wind's picking up a little bit. Things are getting a little wetter. Abby delivers. That ball swung on and crushed to left field, but the left fielder is going to be near the fence underneath it, makes the catch. Runners hold. Runner holds. One away here in the fourth inning for Deer River. That brings up E. Carlson, number 26 for Deer River. Struck out in the second inning in her only other at bat. She has one runner on first base and one away. First pitch by Abby is in there for a strike. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch Swung on, popped up. It's going to be a foul ball, but the first baseman's coming over, going to make that catch to retire. Carlson on 2 pitches, holding Foy on first base. 2 down for E. Miller here in the bottom of the 4th for Deer River. Miller singled in the 3rd inning, was stranded at 3rd base. Abby Gilbert with the delivery, swung on and just tapped foul. 0-1. Foy holding at first base. The pitch by Abby. Swung on, out of play, foul. Caught by a spectator. Tossed back into the pitcher. 0-2 is the count to Aaron Miller. Abby drying the ball off. Ready to pitch, sets. The windup and the pitch. Ooh, hit her on the leg. She's going to take the base. Hit batter, reaches first base. That's going to move Grace Foy over to second. Runners on first and second now with 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th for Deer River. A 5-0 score. Pine River-Backus on top. That's going to bring our leadoff hitter, Benham, to the plate. Pitch to Benham's in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch. 0-1. Just locked her up at the plate. 0-1 pitch. Hit solidly to right field on the ground. That's going to load the bases up. Foy moves over to third. Miller over to second as Benham crushes a single to right field. That's going to bring up Sarah Stangler to the plate with the bases loaded. 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Sarah Stangler's popped out a couple of times in the 1st and 3rd inning. See what she can do here in the 4th. Abby Gilbert delivers pitch number 1. That's in there for a strike. 0-1 to Sarah Stangler. Abby Gilbert working on a shutout here. It's given up no runs. A couple of strikeouts. Looks like 3 strikeouts so far. This ball is hit right back to Abby Gilbert. She's going to toss it over to first for the force out. She is going to get out of this inning as well, leaving the bases loaded, but not giving up a single run as she retires Sarah Stangler and the side. So after 4 full innings, Pine River-Backus with a 5-0 lead. We'll be back on yourliveevent.com after these messages.
Right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Shrub Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrub Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrub Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River-Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrub Excavating LLC. Online at shrubexcavating.com.
Welcome back to girls high school varsity softball on yourliveevent.com. Pine River-Backus visiting Deer River today. We are in the top of the 5th inning. Pine River-Backus 5-0 over Deer River. Abby Gilbert, pitcher for Pine River-Backus, pitching a shutout thus far. Pine River-Backus up to back Caitlin Relia, the leadoff batter here in the 5th inning. Ariana Burns and Sawyer Tulenchik due up. Ball 1 to Caitlin Relia. Miller still out there pitching for Deer River. That pitch is high. Ball 2, 2-0 to Caitlin Relia. Caitlin Relia is wearing number 10. She's the catcher for Pine River-Backus. Third pitch is just outside of the zone. 3-0 the count. Stands are filling up a little bit more. Looks like baseball practice finished up. So getting some baseball players over here checking out their classmates as the pitch is grounded foul. 3-1 now to Caitlin Relia. We'll swap out balls. Miller will take the mound. Caitlin back in the batter's box. That pitch is high. She's going to walk on 5 pitches, bringing up Ariana Burns to the plate. Ariana Burns checking the scouting report, putting it in her back pocket, and taking the batter's box. Miller with the windup, and the pitch bounces off the plate into the catcher's glove and out of the catcher's glove as she fires now down to first base to hold the runner. Ball gets past the first baseman, but is backed up by the second baseman, and no harm done. We'll reset. Count to Ariana Burns is 1-0. That pitch is swung on and ground ball to the second baseman, flips it over to first for the force out there as Caitlin Relia moves to second base. Four-3 put out there for Deer River. That brings up Sawyer Tulenchik to the plate. Sawyer Tulenchik, the shortstop for Pine River-Backus, takes ball 1. With Caitlin Relia at second base and 1 away here in the 5th inning. That ball is hit sharply to center field, and it's going to get past the center fielder. It's going to go all the way to the fence. That's going to score Caitlin Relia, and Tulenchik is going to be into third with a stand-up triple. Great piece of hitting there by Tulenchik. She crushed that all the way to the fence and ended up with a stand-up triple, an RBI stand-up triple. Again, scoring Caitlin Relia from second base to make it a 6-0 Pine River-Backus lead over Deer River in the top of the 5th inning. In a wet, chilly game, earlier this week we had 90-degree weather, calling the games, playing some ball, had some lightning delays, and today I may have seen a snowflake or two. That pitch is in there for a strike to Aaliyah Lewis. 0-1 the count. Pitch number 2 also in there for a strike. 0-2 now to Aaliyah Lewis. Aaliyah Lewis batting .314 on the season. That pitch is swung on and missed. Not sure she really meant to swing at that, but she did nonetheless, and she strikes out for the second out of the inning. That brings up Autumn Burns, left-handed left fielder for Pine River-Backus. Pitch is swung on, hit sharply to the shortstop, who right into her glove, but it pops out. She's going to be safe at first base, and that's going to score Sawyer Tulenchik from third, making it 6-0. No, making it 7-0 now for Pine River-Backus. Autumn Burns safe at first base. She's going to have a Actually, Kaylee Trout now up to bat for Pine River-Backus. Pitch is low and inside, ball one. 2 away, one runner on for Pine River-Backus. That's Autumn Burns. That pitch is swung on and grounded to shortstop. She's going to flip it over to second for the force out. And they got it in time to retire the side. So 3 out now. And a 7-0 score. Pine River-Backus on top as they score 2 runs in this inning. We'll get the scoreboard updated here. Looks like we have the 5th inning. And the score is 7-0. So we won't have the mercy rule as of yet anyway. We're within the 10-run rule, so we will take a break here in the middle of the 5th inning. Deer River coming up to bat next. Due up for Deer River is Miller, Maddie Tyler, and Al Zane. We'll be back on yourliveevent.com after these messages.
Big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub1@gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Save on your...
And we're back with girls high school varsity softball on yourliveevent.com. I'm Paul Learned. Pine River-Backus leading Deer River 7-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Abby Gilbert getting ready to deliver the first pitch. That is swung on, fouled up and back behind the catcher who couldn't quite come up with it, so it drops harmlessly on the ground. 0-1 count to Miller. And the delivery swung on, ground ball to the shortstop, fires over to first in time for the out. One retired here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Deer River. That brings up Maddie Tyler, the second baseman for Deer River. Maddie had a hit in her last at bat, struck out in the second. One away here, swings at that first pitch, misses, strike one. Bases are empty. There's a ground ball right back to the pitcher, just under her glove. Shortstop ended up picking it up and firing over to first, but not in time. That was a pretty tough pickup for the pitcher, so it looks like that's going to be a hit for Maddie Tyler. A single to bring up Al Zane. Al Zane had a single in the second inning. And this pitch is grounded to the third base side, kicked by the third baseman. Everybody's going to be safe. Runners now at first and second for Deer River. Bringing up Grace Foy. Maddie Taylor on second, Al Zane at first. Grace Foy, number 32, up to bat with one out here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Deer River. And a 7-0 score, Pine River-Backus on top. That pitch is in the dirt, actually hit her on the ankle. She's going to take first base, and that will load the bases for Emma Brendan. Maddie Taylor moves over to third. Al Zane moves to second. Foy takes first base. Emma Brendan now at bat, up to bat for Deer River. We're going to have a timeout here as Coach Ben Kinzer from Pine River-Backus visits the mound.
Gracie, it's all right.
Emma Brendan grounded out in the fourth and reached on a walk in the second inning. Still having a bit of a discussion out there at the pitcher's mound, at the infield end, talking strategy, try to finish this game out. Abby Gilbert pitching a shutout, pitching a great game so far. Has given up a couple of base runners, but has left the bases loaded actually a couple of times, but has not given up a single run. And the position players have gone back to their positions. The coach remains out there chatting a little bit longer with Abby Gilbert. And he's headed back to the dugout now. And we'll be ready to resume play here momentarily. Emma Brendan up to bat for Deer River. Bases are loaded, although Abby Gilbert is no stranger to this situation. One away here in the bottom of the fifth. Abby Gilbert with the look, the windup, and the pitch. Little bit high, ball one. Crowd really getting into it now. They're smelling blood. They want to get some runs across here. 0-1 pitch to Emma. In there for a strike. That was a 1-0 pitch. Sorry, it is now 1-1 to Emma Brendan. 1-1, bases loaded. Abby Gilbert with the set and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike two to Emma Brendan. Count is 1-2 with one away. Gonna try to get on the scoreboard here. Got a decent chance. Put this ball in play, see if they can score a run or two. Abby Gilbert pitches. Swung on and missed. Strikeout. Emma Brendan strikes out there, bringing up Carlson to bat. Try to get something going here in the bottom of the fifth for Deer River. Bases loaded, two away. First pitch is swung on, hit high, popped up to the third base side. Third baseman comes up with the catch. And again, they leave the bases loaded. Can't score a run. Abby Gilbert out of a jam to preserve the shutout after 5 full innings. It is 7-0 Pine River-Backus on top of the Deer River Warriors. We'll be back on yourliveevent.com after these messages.
Each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community. Making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family, prbschools.org.
There's way more than bowling at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Welcome back to Girls High School Varsity Softball on yourliveevent.com. I'm Paul Learned. Thank you for joining me. Quick note here, Pine River-Backus Tigers varsity softball team, like I mentioned earlier, locked up the number 7 seed. They will host number 10 seed Walker Hackensack Akeley on Monday, May 19th at 3:30 p.m. And the first pitch by Miller to Kaylee Trout is strike 0-1. We're in the 6th inning here of a 7-0 Pine River-Backus lead over Deer River. 1-1 now, the count to Kaylee Trout. Miller for the Warriors pitching into the 6th inning here. That is a ball for a count of 2-1 now to Kaylee Trout. Abby Gilbert, the pitcher, on deck. And that one is hit deep to left field over everybody's head all the way to the fence. She's going to get into second with a stand-up double to lead off this 6th inning for Pine River-Backus. So they are skipping Abby Gilbert. She will not bat. We're going to move right to Leah Evelyn, the top of the order for Pine River-Backus here in the 6th inning. First pitch ball, 1-0 to Leah.
Good mix. Let's go.
2-0 count now to Leah Evelyn. 3-0 with the high pitch there by Miller. Kaylee Trout at second base with nobody down. That pitch also high for a 4-pitch walk. So Leah Evelyn on board with a walk. Kaylee Trout over to second, or well, remaining at second base after her double. Kaylee Johnson up to bat. Takes ball 1, just a little bit over her head. Miller with the windup and the pitch. A little inside. Ball 2, 2-0. Miller with the pitch. Inside and low. Ball gets past the catcher. Runners are going to advance. 3-0 count. Kaylee Trout moves over to third. Leah Evelyn over to second on the pass ball. Kaylee Johnson with the 3-0 count. Wind up and the pitch. That is another 4-pitch walk to load the bases. First base was open. That brings up number 10, Caitlin Rylea, to bat for Pine River. She walked in her last at-bat. Singled in the 3rd inning, but was caught stealing. Grounded out in the 1st. First pitch is a strike. 0-1, the count to Caitlin Rylea. With the bases loaded and nobody out. Pitch by Miller. Swung on and hit to left field. That's drifting foul. Foul ball. 0-2 count now to Caitlin Rylea. With the bases loaded in the top of the 6th inning for Pine River-Backus. Miller, the pitcher for Deer River, calling for a new ball. Gets it. Heads back to the rubber and gets set to deliver pitch number 3. And, ooh, that almost hit her there. Just missed her, though.
Hey, let's go, Blue.
1-2 now, the count to Caitlin Rylea. Miller with the windup and the pitch. That's high. 2-2 with the bases loaded. Miller delivers. Swung on. That's going to be a pop-up in foul territory. First baseman just misses it. Count remains 2-2 with nobody out. Ariana Burns on deck for Pine River-Backus. Caitlin Raleigh batting .490 on the season. Strike 3 called. Cotter looking. Out number 1. Ariana Burns now at the plate. Bases remain loaded with Trout at third, Eveland at second, Johnson at first. First pitch is way high. Ball 1 to Ariana Burns. The rain has stopped once again. We're in a dry period here. Let's keep it that way. That pitch is swung on and right behind my head, just over the backstop and straight down, just over my head. That is the first strike, 1-1 now, the count to Ariana Burns. Wind up and the pitch. Swung on, grounded, fouled on the third base line. 1-2 the count to Ariana Burns with the bases loaded and 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Pine River-Backus with a 7-0 lead over Deer River. Miller with the pitch, and that almost hit her, but must have just missed her as she takes ball 2, 2-2. To Ariana Burns, the third baseman for Pine River-Backus. Miller with the pitch, swung on, foul, tipped right into the catcher's mask. Count remains 2-2. Just a little underneath that one. Middle of the infield's way in, looking for a double play. That ball is lifted deep but foul and out of the reach of the sprinting left fielder. 2-2 still to Ariana Burns. Ariana Burns had a double in the 2nd inning, scored a run, and a single in the 4th, and also scored. Grounded out in her last at-bat. The 2-2 pitch coming shortly. And it is swung on, popped up, catcher's underneath of it. Third baseman comes in and snags that ball from the catcher's mitt. Retires the batter. 2 away now here in the 6th inning for Pine River-Backus. That's a pop out to the third base man here for the second out, bringing up Sawyer Tulenchik to the plate. The pitch inside, ball 1. Sawyer with a triple and a double today. Scored 2 runs, 1-0 count here. That pitch is hit right up the middle for a base hit, and that's going to score 2. It's going to score 2. That's going to score Kaylee Trout and Leah Eveland, making it 9-0 here in the 6th inning. That's actually going to be a 2-bagger for Sawyer as Kaylee Johnson moves to third base. And Aaliyah Lewis now at the plate. That ball is fouled back and out of play, strike 1. Two away here, 9-0 score. That pitch now is grounded to the shortstop, fires over first to retire the side. 6-3 put out there to retire Aaliyah Lewis and the Pine River-Backus Tigers after 6. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th now. Pine River leading Deer River 9-0 after scoring a couple of runs there in the top half of the 6th inning. My name's Paul Leonard. You're listening to YourLiveEvent.com. We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th inning and the Deer River Warriors bringing Miller Benham and Stangler to bat. We'll be back after this.
Food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Piers, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Tomorrow.
And we're back. Bottom of the 6th inning here coming up. Deer River at bat here with a 9-0 deficit. Pine River-Backus on top after scoring a few runs last inning, 2 more runs last inning. And now E. Miller up to bat for Deer River. Takes first pitch as ball. Oh, 1-0 the count. Miller has reached twice tonight on a single and a walk. Was stranded on base both times. And that ball is hit to right field, just foul, maybe by a couple of inches. She'll head back to the plate with a 1-1 count.
Right idea, 29. That's the right idea.
Aaron Miller wearing number 29, the center fielder for Deer River. Abby Gilbert having a heck of a game here today, shutting out these Deer River Warriors thus far through 5.5. That pitch is grounded over to third base. She's going to pick it up, fire over to first, past the first baseman, out of bounds, and that's going to move Aaron Miller over to second base. Aaron Miller reaches on a single, an infield hit, then reaches second on a throwing error to bring up at the top of the order here for Deer River, Benham, number 25, our shortstop. Showing bunt right off the bat here. Pulls it back, shows bunt again, pulls it back. And Aaron Miller steals third base without a throw. All right, pitch number 2 coming up. Wind up and the delivery. Swung on, crushed to right field all the way to the fence. That's a heck of a hit. That's going to send her all the way over to third base with a stand-up triple, scoring Aaron Miller to break the shutout and get on the scoreboard here for Deer River. 9-1 now the score in the bottom of the 6th inning. Excellent triple there for Benham. That brings up Sarah Stangler. Sarah Stangler has popped out and grounded out in her 3 at-bats. That pitch hits her. She's going to take first base. So Sarah Stangler now at first. Benham at third. Runners at the corner here now for the pitcher Miller. Kira Miller struck out in the first, grounded out in the 3rd and 5th. Pitch by Abby Gilbert is in there for a strike, and pickoff attempt was as Sarah Stangler tried to steal second base. The pitcher snagged that throw and threw it over to third. Almost got Benham out, but the Ball got past the third base player and was picked up by the backup, so no further damage, but Sarah Stengler does move over to second base. So runners now at second and third for Kira Miller. The umpire consulting his rule book. Not sure what he's doing right now, but a little bit of a delay here. 9-1 score now. Pine River-Backus over Deer River, bottom of the 6th inning. Looks like we're just about ready to go again. Umpire's putting his mask back on. 1 strike to count to Kira Miller. Abby Gilbert with the windup and the pitch. A little high, ball 1. 1-1. Kira Miller, the pitcher, doing a fine job for Deer River tonight. In the batter's box now. And the pitch is swung on, hit up the middle for a base hit. That's going to score. Benham. Sarah Stangler moves over to third as Kira Miller is on board safely with a hit. That brings up Maddie Tyler, the second baseman for Deer River. Maddie got a hit in her last at-bat in the 5th inning, a single, stranded at third base. Runners currently at the corners. Stangler at third, Miller at first. Pitch by Abby is low, swung on though and missed as Kira Miller advances to second base. No throw. Runners now on second and third. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. Pitch by Abby Gilbert is low. 1-1 the count to Maddie Tyler. That pitch is a ball, 2-1. Abby Gilbert with the windup and pitch. In there for a strike, 2-2 to Maddie Tyler. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Runners on second and third. 2 runs have already scored. 9-2 ball game. Pine River-Backus on top of Deer River. Abby Gilbert with the pitch. That ball is high. Full count, 3-2. Wind up and the pitch swung on, missed. Strikeout for Maddie Tyler, bringing up Alzone. First out of the inning there for Deer River. Alzone reached on a single in her last at bat. Swing and a miss there. 0-1 the count to Alzane. Alzane wearing number 7 underneath her sweatshirt. Pitched by Gilbert. A little bit high. 1-1. Pitch by Gilbert is hit to the right side of the infield, picked up by the second baseman, flipped over to first for the out. However, that is an RBI as Sarah Stangler scores from third. Kira Miller moves over to third base from second. Alzone retired for the second out. Abby Gilbert ready to go again. Grace Foy up to bat, swings, bounces it right back to the pitcher, flips it over to first, and retires the side there. But not before giving up 3 runs on 3 hits. Had 1 runner left on base after 6 full innings. We have a score of 9-3, Pine River-Backus on top. My name is Paul Learned. You're listening to Girls High School Varsity Softball on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll be back after these messages.
Now, today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Shrub Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrub Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrub Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrub Excavating LLC. Online at shrubexcavating.com.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Welcome back to Girls High School Varsity Softball on YourLiveEvent.com. My name is Paul Learned. We are in the 7th inning now, and Pine River-Backus is leading the Deer River Warriors 9-3. That first pitch is crushed to center field, hops to the center fielder for a base hit now for Pine River. That's going to be Kaylee Trout. With a nice single, that brings up pitcher Abby Gilbert. No, Abby Gilbert is actually on deck. This brings up Kaylee Trout. Autumn Burns got the single to lead off the inning. Oh. Out! Caught stealing at second base is Autumn Burns. Took off, catcher threw the ball down there and got it just in time. That's the first out. Arguing a little bit, but yeah, she was out. Kaylee Trout has a 1-strike count. Abby Gilbert is on deck. 1 away here in the top of the 7th for Pine River-Backus. Pitch is in there for a strike. 0-2 to Kaylee Trout. Strike 3 called. 2 outs now here for Pine River-Backus. Abby Gilbert now up to bat. Strike 1 to Abby. Second pitch is hit to center field. That's going to be a base hit for Abby. Abby's going to reach first base here with 2 away in the top of the 7th. And a 9-3 lead for Pine River-Backus over Deer River. Nice piece of hitting there by the starting pitcher. Bringing up leadoff hitter Leah Evelyn. Leah Evelyn crushes it to right center field, and that's going to be all the way to the fence. That is going to bring Abby all the way around to score. Leah is going to try for third base. The throw is not in time. She's safe at third base with a triple. So a single followed up by a triple scores a run and brings up Kaylee Johnson to the plate. Score now is 10-0 Pine River, or I'm sorry, 10-3 Pine River-Backus over Deer River. First pitch is the ball, 1-0 to Kaylee Johnson. Pitch number 2 is a little high, 2-0. That pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1. Kaylee Johnson is batting .232 on the season. That pitch is low. 3-2 rather, full count now to Kaylee Johnson with Leah Evelyn at third base. Nobody down here in the 7th inning. That ball is lifted to left field. Left fielder is underneath it, makes the catch. I do apologize. There were 2 down. That retires the side. Fly ball to left field to retire the side, leaving 1 stranded at third base, but they do score 1 run to push their lead up to 10-3 here in the middle of the 7th inning on YourLiveEvent.com. Pine River-Backus leading Deer River. I'm Paul Learned. We'll be back after these messages.
Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub1@gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Save on your groceries and gas each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams.
Great people.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th inning here at Deer River. Pine River-Backus holding a 10-3 lead over Deer River. Abby Gilbert out to pitch the 7th inning, try to get a complete game in here. First pitch is in there for a strike to Emma Brendan. 0-1 the count.
Let's go, 24. Big knock here.
Emma struck out in her last at-bat. Grounded out in the 4th, walked in the 2nd. Pitch by Abby Gilbert is swung on and lifted to left field, into the left fielder's glove and right back out onto the ground. She's going to be in there at second, safe. The throw was there. It was just a hair late, and a half sliding, half kneeling Emma Brendan is safe at second. That brings up our catcher for Deer River, E. Carlson. Pitched by Gilbert, swung on, lined right back through the pitcher's legs actually, and out to center field. That's going to score Emma Brendan from second as Carlson reaches first base with a solid single, bringing up Aaron Miller. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. 10-4 the score. Pine River-Backus leading Deer River. Deer River trying to mount a comeback here. If they can score a few more runs here, maybe push this game to extra innings, or take the lead and walk it off. Abby Gilbert looking for that not to happen. Pitches there to Aaron Miller, and that is swung on and fouled back for strike one. 0-1 the count. Aaron Miller singled and scored a run last inning. Walked in the fourth and singled in the third. Abby Gilbert ready with the pitch and delivers. That one is swung on and back out of play. 0-2 now the count to Aaron Miller. Running out of balls on the field, so we're retrieving the foul balls and getting them back into the pitcher here. All right, 0-2 count to Aaron Miller. Abby Gilbert looking to retire this side before giving up any more runs. She's holding a 10-4 lead here in the 7th inning. Abby Gilbert done drying the ball off, winds up and delivers. Hit on the ground. That is past a sliding second baseman. She's going to be safe at first. That's going to move Carlson over to third base safely. Runners now at the corners for the leadoff hitter, Benham, for Deer River. Still nobody out. 10-4 is the score here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Benham up to bat. Benham had a triple in her last at-bat and scored. Pitched by Abby Gilbert. In there for a strike. Aaron Miller takes second base without a throw. So now runners at second and third. An 0-1 count to Benham. Abby Gilbert with the windup and the pitch. That's high. 1-1 count. One and one pitch here from Abby Gilbert. On its way. Swung on, fouled back out of play. 1-2. Going on an hour and 50 minutes here for this game. Managed to stay relatively dry. Here's a pitch by Abby. That's high. 2-2 to count. That's actually going to send Carlson home. She's going to slide in under the tag after the pass ball. She's going to be safe. That's going to be a 10-5 score now after Carlson scores. That moves Aaron Miller over to third. And a 2-2 count now to Benham. Abby Gilbert with the windup and the pitch. That's high. She pickoff attempt at third base. She's back there safely. Full count to Benham. Aaron Miller just back safely at third after the pickoff attempt by Pine River. Here's the windup by Abby and the pitch. Swung on, and that's a hit to right field underneath the right fielder's glove. That's going to roll all the way to the fence. That's going to score Aaron Miller from third, and that's going to be a triple. She's coming home. She's going to try to make it home on a bobbled throw into the infield. That's an inside the park home run, if you want to call it that. Fantastic play. That's going to bring the score to 10-7 here in the 7th inning. Kara Benham hit a solid hit, went underneath the right fielder's glove as she was charging the ball, got past her, rolled all the way to the fence, and she comes around and scores all the way. The right fielder threw the ball into first base and was bobbled a little bit, which resulted in her being allowed to score. So a triple with a pass ball error or a throwing error. She ends up scoring. That ball is hit on the ground to second base, flipped over to first for the out. Sarah Stangler records the first out here for Deer River in the bottom of the 7th inning. 10-7 score. Bases are currently empty. Deer River has scored 4 runs this inning. Abby Gilbert trying to get out of this. That's foul tipped into the catcher's glove. Strike 1 to Kira Miller. Deer River giving Pine River-Backus all they can handle now in the 7th inning as Kira Miller hits a solid hit to right field, but a little too slow to the base, and the right fielder is able to throw it back into first and get her before she reaches the base. So although she hit that one successfully, she was not fast enough down to first base and gets thrown out by the right fielder. 2 away now here in the bottom of the 7th for Deer River. Bases are empty, and that ball is hit to the shortstop, is bobbled a little bit, picks it up, throws over to first to record the 3rd out and end this game for Pine River with a 10-7 score over Deer River to finish it up. What an exciting finish there, folks. That was a nice, valiant comeback attempt by the Deer River Warriors, scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. But the final here, after 7 innings, is 10-7 Pine River-Backus. They move to 11-9. Deer River 1-19. We'll be back with a recap after these messages on yourliveevent.com.
A wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. prbschools.org.
There's way more than bowling at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Shrub Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrub Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrub Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrub Excavating LLC. Online at shrubexcavating.com.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub, @gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Save on your groceries and gas each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lakes Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lakes Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lakes Super Value. Good luck, area teams.
Great people.
Welcome back to yourliveevent.com. I'm Paul Learned. Our final here today, Pine River Backus Tigers 10, Deer River Warriors 7. A great comeback effort by Deer River. Falls short in the 7th inning. They score 4 runs, but can't quite get it done and fall to 1-19 on the season. Pine River Backus moves to 11-9. Pine River Backus scored 10 runs on 13 hits. Deer River scored 7 runs on 12 hits. The star of the game, the Hugo's Family Marketplace star of the game, is Abby Gilbert. Hugo's Family Marketplace Pine River is where you can find it all and still enjoy the local hometown atmosphere. Every Wednesday, gallons of milk are just $2 for $6. Visit them online for curbside pickup or delivery, PineRiverFamilyMarket.com. Again, star of the game is Abby Gilbert, who got the start today and pitched a complete game, held them scoreless through 5, did end up giving up 7 runs there in the last couple of innings, but had a pretty strong performance. Otherwise, gave up a couple of base runners, but held them pretty much the entire afternoon, left the bases loaded a couple times, got out of a couple jams, and overall pitched a great game. She also had a couple of hits at the plate and scored a run. So she is our Hugo's Family Marketplace star of the game. Ariana Burns is going to get our energy player of the game for Pine River Backus. She was 2 for 4 with a double and scored 2 runs. Sawyer Tulinchek is our big deal player of the game. She went 3 for 4 with 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 runs scored. Our big deal of the game is sponsored by Atwater Chevrolet GMC in Aiken, Riverwood Healthcare, Pizza Ranch in Baxter and Little Falls, W.W. Thomas Concrete Products in Brainerd, Von Hansen's Meat Market in Baxter, Whitey's Major Appliance in Brainerd, Don DeLinger Automotive Brainerd, BigDealAuctions.com, Cuyuna Regional Medical Center, Tykes Carpet Castle in Brainerd, Shannon's Auto Body in Brainerd, and Lillenquist Sewer and Excavating in Aiken. Again, our big deal player is Sawyer Tulinchek after a 3 for 4 game with 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 runs scored. Again, my name is Paul Learned. You've been listening to Girls High School Varsity Softball on YourLiveEvent.com. The final here, Pine River-Backus 10, Deer River Warriors 7. That wraps it up for the game today. Pine River-Backus is in action next week as the number 7 seed in the section playoffs. They take on the Section 5A playoffs. They take on the number 10 seed Walker Hackensack Akeley on Monday, May 19th at 3:30 p.m. Note the 3:30 p.m. start time. Both PRB and WHA have concerts later in the evening, so trying to avoid a conflict, they're going to get those games in early. And again, that is Monday, May 19th at 3:30 p.m. Again, my name is Paul Learned. The final here, Pine River-Backus 10, Deer River Warriors 7. You're listening to YourLiveEvent.com. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you were able to stay dry. I was, for the most part. A little bit of rain. Equipment's dry, so we should be good to go. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.